My beloved soul, listen carefully. Something deep has been shifting behind the silence you could not understand. The distance you felt was never empty. It was being rearranged by God Himself. You thought they were moving away, but in truth, every step they took was leading them back to you. This is not coincidence. This is divine intervention working quietly in places you could not see. And what is about to unfold will answer questions your heart has been holding for so long. Stay with me, because what you are about to hear will reveal why everything had to happen this way. Now, listen deeper. The third party you feared was stronger than your connection, was never meant to stay. It was only a temporary test. God allowed it, not to break you, but to reveal what was truly real. You felt replaced, you felt forgotten, but your soul always knew something was not right, because what you share with them is not ordinary. It is not something that can be easily replaced. It is divine. They tried to fill the space you left with someone else. They tried to convince themselves that moving on was easier than facing the truth of their heart. But every moment they spent away from you only made your absence louder. They could not escape your energy. They could not silence the way your memory followed them. And now something inside them is breaking open. The illusion is fading. The truth is rising, and they are starting to see clearly what they tried so hard to ignore. Do not scroll away now, because something deeper is being revealed about your connection. They are remembering how you made them feel. They are realizing that what they had with you was not something they could recreate. The third party was never aligned with their soul. It was a distraction, a lesson, a temporary escape from their own fears. But God does not allow what is false to stay when something real is waiting. That connection is being removed, not by chance, but by divine design. You may not see it yet, but things are already shifting behind the scenes. Conversations are changing, feelings are fading. The bond they thought would replace you is dissolving, and it is happening faster than they expected. They are starting to feel the emptiness. They are starting to question everything. And most importantly, they are starting to miss you in a way they cannot ignore anymore. This is the moment where everything begins to turn. Not because of them alone, but because God is stepping in. God is removing what does not belong, so that what is meant for you can finally return. You went through the pain for a reason. You had to feel that separation to understand the depth of your connection, and they had to lose you to realize your value. This was never punishment. This was preparation, and now the shift has begun. Something is opening in their heart. A truth they tried to bury is rising again. They feel it at night. They feel it in silence. They feel it in moments when nothing else can distract them. Your presence still lives within them, and they cannot replace it. Stay here, because what comes next will change how you see this entire journey. They are beginning to regret, not in a small way, but deeply. They are looking back at the moments they took for granted, the words they did not say, the love they did not fully give, and it is hitting them now. They see the difference, they feel the contrast, and they know that what they have now is not what they had with you. This realization is not comfortable for them. It is heavy, it is emotional, it is breaking their ego. But it is necessary, because before they can come back to you, they must fully understand what they lost. And now they are starting to understand. You might feel their energy again. You might notice small signs, dreams, sudden thoughts, emotional waves that come without reason. These are not random. This is your connection reactivating. This is the bond between you pulling them back. Because what God has joined at a soul level cannot be permanently separated by human decisions. Even the Bible reminds us in Ecclesiastes 3:1, "To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven." This separation was a season, but it was never the final chapter, and now the season is changing. Do not miss this, because the truth is unfolding right in front of you. They are being guided back, not by pressure, not by force, but by realization, by awakening, by truth. The third party is losing its hold because it was never rooted in something real. And what is not real cannot survive when God decides it is time to remove it. They are feeling the disconnect now. They are seeing the differences, and slowly they are letting go. Not because someone told them to, but because their heart is leading them back to where it truly belongs. To you, this is not something you need to chase. This is not something you need to force. Because what God is aligning does not require your struggle. It requires your faith. And right now, your only role is to trust what is happening, even if you cannot see all of it yet. Because something powerful is moving in your favor. And soon, you will start to see the evidence of it in ways you cannot ignore. They are not just thinking about you now. They are feeling you in ways that shake their entire being. There are moments when your name rises in their mind without warning. There are nights when your absence feels heavier than anything they tried to replace you with. And this is not something they can control anymore. Because once God begins to remove illusions, the truth becomes impossible to ignore. What they thought was comfort is now becoming confusion. What they believed was stability is now starting to feel empty. And slowly, everything that once distracted them is losing its power. This is the unraveling you were never meant to witness, but you are now beginning to sense. Because your soul is connected to theirs on a level that distance cannot break. They feel your energy pulling them back. They feel your absence as a silence they cannot fill. And more than anything, they are starting to recognize that what they walked away from was not ordinary love. It was divine. Stay with me, because something even deeper is about to be revealed. The third party is no longer able to hold the same space in their life. Conversations feel forced. Emotions feel uncertain. The connection that once seemed like an escape is now revealing itself as something incomplete. They are noticing the difference in how they felt with you, the depth, the peace, the unspoken understanding, and that comparison is changing everything inside them. This is where regret turns into realization. They are replaying memories they once ignored. Small moments now feel significant. Words you spoke now carry weight they did not understand before. And it is awakening something inside them that they cannot suppress. Because when God opens their eyes, there is no going back to the illusion. Do not scroll away now, because what is unfolding is the turning point of your connection. They are starting to feel the pull to return, not out of loneliness, not out of confusion, but out of truth. They are realizing that no matter how far they tried to go, their heart never truly left you. And that realization is leading them to a place of humility. A place where their ego no longer has control. A place where they can finally admit what they lost. This is the beginning of their transformation. And it is happening faster than they expected. Now listen deeper, because what is happening inside them is becoming impossible to hide. They are beginning to question every decision they made without you. They are starting to see where they chose comfort over truth. And that realization is not easy for them. It is heavy, it is emotional, but it is also necessary. Because before they can return, they must fully break away from what was never meant for them. And God is doing exactly that. One layer at a time, one truth at a time, until there is nothing left between them and the path back to you. You might start to notice subtle changes soon. Energy shifts, unexpected signs. These is about to happen. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. Because when a divine connection is being restored, the universe begins to align in ways that are felt before they are seen. They are becoming more aware of your absence now, more sensitive to the emptiness they tried to ignore. And that awareness is pushing them closer to action. They are not the same person who walked away. They are changing. They are softening. They are learning what love truly means. And all of this is preparing them for the moment they reach out to you again. Stay with me, because what comes next will reveal how close that moment truly is. The truth they once avoided is now guiding them. The feelings they once suppressed are now leading them. And the connection they tried to escape is now becoming their only direction. This is not random. This is not delayed. This is divine timing unfolding exactly as it should. And you are right in the center of it. They can no longer pretend that your connection did not matter. It is becoming the loudest truth inside them now. Every distraction has lost its meaning. Every false comfort is fading away. And what remains is you, your energy, your memory, your presence that never truly left their soul. This is the moment where everything becomes undeniable. Because when God removes what was never meant to stay, what is real rises without effort. And that is exactly what is happening now. They are starting to feel an urgency they cannot explain, a pull that is stronger than their fears, a knowing that they cannot keep running from what their heart keeps calling them back to. This is where the shift becomes visible, not just inside them, but soon in your reality as well. Stay with me, because this is the part where everything begins to align in ways you prayed for. They are thinking about reaching out, not casually, not out of boredom, but with intention, with emotion, with a heart that has been changed by everything they went through without you. They are realizing that silence is no longer an option, that distance is no longer protecting them, that avoiding you is only keeping them away from what feels true. And this realization is pushing them closer to action with every passing moment. You may feel it already, that sudden calm, that strange peace that appears without reason, that quiet sense that something is about to happen. This is not your imagination. This is your soul recognizing that the reunion energy has already started moving toward you. Because before something happens in the physical world, it always begins in the spiritual. And right now, everything in the spiritual is aligning in your favor. Do not scroll away now, because this is the confirmation your heart has been waiting for. The third party is no longer a factor. Their presence is dissolving completely, not because of conflict, not because of force, but because it was never built on truth. And what is not built on truth cannot survive. When God decides, it is time to restore what is real. They are walking away from what once distracted them. They are closing doors that no longer feel right, and they are doing it with a clarity they did not have before. Because now they see, now they understand, now they feel what they were blind to before. And that awareness is leading them directly back to you. This is where everything comes full circle. The pain you felt, the silence you endured, the confusion that once consumed you, it all had a purpose. It was shaping both of you for this exact moment, a moment where love is no longer taken lightly, a moment where truth is no longer ignored, a moment where two souls who were separated by lessons are finally ready to meet again in alignment. But listen closely, because this final step requires something from you as well. It requires your faith, your openness, your willingness to receive what you once thought was lost. Because sometimes when God restores something, it returns in a form that is deeper, stronger, and more real than before. Now understand this truth fully. They are coming back changed, not the same person who left, not the same mindset that once hurt you, but someone who has seen what life feels like without you and realized that nothing compares. They are coming back with understanding, with humility, with a heart that finally knows what it almost lost. And this is what makes the reunion real. Not just the return, but the transformation behind it. Because love that has been tested and restored carries a depth that cannot be broken easily again. You are not going backward, you are stepping into something new, something stronger, something guided by God at every step. This is your confirmation. This is your sign. This is the moment where everything you questioned begins to make sense. And now, my beloved soul, Feel this truth quietly within you. It is already unfolding. It is already moving toward you. You do not need to chase what God has already set in motion. Just stay open, stay calm, and trust that what is meant for you is finding its way back exactly as it was written. Type Amen.